Well, just within this past week, Governor Newsom announced California is seeing a huge increase in the total number of positive cases of COVID-19. Here in Sacramento, are we experiencing that same trend?
We sure are, and it is alarming, frankly, because we made such progress, and I think we made the correct decision to reopen in what we presumed would be a continued responsible way. And what is frustrating is that while this virus, of course, has its own mind, so to speak, and we can't control everything, there is a lot we can control. And that is how we choose to behave and how we choose to live amidst the pandemic. And it is frustrating for me, and I know the governor and the public, to see so many people that are acting in ways that are irresponsible, having large house parties, large gatherings. We're finding that the spread now is predominantly, or at least a large number of people between 18 and 49, and it's a result of family gatherings or backyard barbecues. And so the message going forward here has got to be very clear. The 4th of July is coming up. This is not a normal 4th of July. We will have better 4ths of July, but we have to figure out ways to celebrate in safer ways. No big gathering. Don't do it. Don't have the annual parade. Don't do it, because it is just going to make it harder for us to continue to keep businesses open, to keep people working, and to keep people safe and healthy. And there's a lot at stake here, life and death, of course, but also people just having to work. Is all in jeopardy if we do things that seem like people are defying the authority or doing what they want to do just because we have freedom. Well, our freedom is not absolute when it runs headlong into jeopardizing the safety of other people. That's not right. And so that's my message today, really strong. It's the 4th of July this weekend. Stay indoors, or if you go out in safe ways, but no big gatherings.
Yeah, you mentioned, we do have the holiday weekend coming up, and right now, the latest we could say is that the governor has mandated the closure of several bars in counties across the Golden State. Sacramento is on that list, correct? How are you feeling about it?
Yes. I think it's the right thing. I mean, everybody wants to have everything open, but I think we must err on the side of public health and safety. Now, we tried to reopen, and I know, from Dr. Bielenson and others, that the bars in Sacramento have largely done a good job making sure that people stay physically distanced. But a bar itself is the definition of a risky endeavor, especially during the coronavirus, because people understandably, right, that they go there to be with other people. Well, right now, that just isn't possible. And so I think it's the appropriate order and appropriate direction. And let's just get through these next couple of weeks, and then maybe we can continue to inch forward as opposed to going dramatically backwards.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, another hot topic, it's a point of resistance, I think, that it's safe to say that. It's that order for people to cover their faces with masks in public spaces. I know myself and my family, we've been doing this long before that mandate went into place a couple weeks ago, but it seems like not everyone's on board with this locally and elsewhere. Can you talk about what you've been seeing?
Well, I mean, I've seen most people complying when I have been out. But you're right. There are people, not just in Sacramento, but throughout the state, who are just defying the order. And I think they're reckless, frankly, because making whatever statement they think they are making, we do know that masks are one of the only ways that we can go back out but maintain safety and reduce the spread of the coronavirus. And so I find people who are not choosing to wear masks deliberately to be irresponsible and reckless. And I hope that the social pressure, as well as the legal mandate, will, convince people that they may not think it will be them or their loved one who is going to get sick, but it just might be.
Yeah, I can't say it enough. Wear a mask. And you were talking about 4th of July weekend. It's coming up. It's this weekend. And we're not going to see those traditional gatherings for the in-person fireworks. Those have been canceled. But a lot of people are going to find ways to celebrate. Again, tell people how they can still, have a small celebration but stay safe.
Well, I think it's tough because the 4th of July is one of the unofficial beginnings to the summer as well as Memorial Day weekend. And people want to have a good time. It's completely understandable. And yet, this is a year we will never forget, but we can create different kinds of memories by celebrating in safe ways, to be with your family, for example, to get outdoors, to take that walk, to get some exercise, but to also know that this is a year where we can show maybe the greatest form of citizenship, and that is to care about others who you could unwittingly spread a an unseen virus to, and don't do that, and know, and then have some pride that you did your part to keep those you love and your community safe. Let's make this a memorable 4th of July, but for a very different reason, that we kept each other safe.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. And I want to shift gears really quick because climate change, that's an issue you feel strongly about. Last night, there was a public meeting about it.
There sure was. Mayor Cabaldon of West Sacramento and I appointed a very robust climate commission to basically help us chart our course as two cities going forward, and hopefully the entire region, when it comes to combating climate, which, by the way, is another public health epidemic, maybe not seen as urgent as the coronavirus, but climate change is existential. And so they made a series of very bold recommendations, including electrifying all low-rise buildings in our two cities by 2023. That means housing, and that is going to be a dramatic change. And I'm very proud of the work that they did. And now we've got to take their recommendations, put them into our ordinances, and make sure that Sacramento and West Sacramento are leading the way on climate, on equity, and on being real leaders here.
All right, good stuff there, Mayor. As always, we appreciate you joining us for YCL. Keep staying safe out there.